to be prepared to play up there against their defense? What are your expectations?
We gotta play a clean game. I think previously in the past couple of weeks, we've had some mistakes. But against this team, we're not gonna be able to make those mistakes. They're very fundamentally sound. They give you a couple different looks. They got a lot of linebackers that can play also D-line, so they move the guys around a little bit. So you just gotta make sure you're in your playbook and your film a little extra this week.
Kamari was saying one of the things about it, he's like, we need to be cleaner because the better you do, the closer you start thinking about a Super Bowl, you can't make these mistakes later on. How much is that the mentality around this team?
That's mentality from top to bottom of the organization. We know we've put some wins together, but we haven't played the cleanest football. So we've been saying the past couple of weeks, we got to make that next step. Back ribs, it's ribs, like right here on the back side of me. Your ribs go like, you know what I mean? So like, it's the ribs on the back side. Yeah.
Is that the beef ribs or the pork ribs?
I don't mess with the swine. I like the big beef rib. No, I haven't really ever been impersonate a pork.
You've talked in the past about the selfishness on this team. Is this some selfishness you've been around? How does that compare to past teams?
I don't know if you can compare it to past teams, but this is definitely a very unselfish team. We all just want to see each other do well because we understand that when we all do well, we're going to win football games, and that's when everyone's going to be happy.
Part of that is seeing you and Tony Pollard out there working together in tandem as this running back duo in New Orleans. Kamara and Abram call themselves Bruising. Have you guys thought of a nickname yet?
We started, but we didn't get very far. I told you I'd get on it. So hopefully, I'll try to have it for you guys after bye week.
There are a couple that have come up when you're spitballing on the wall.
Honestly, I just said to him, hey, we got to come up with a nickname, and that's kind of how far we got.
Zeke, their defense has been top 5 against the pass. When you're going into a game like this where maybe you'll need to play more or go more with the run game, how much do you guys embrace that challenge?
We're ready. We're ready. We're going to do whatever we need to do. They haven't seen us yet. I anticipate them loading the box up more and playing the run, focusing on the run more. We're going to be ready regardless what they throw at us.
What was that Friday session with Chad look like when y'all did the mental conditioning?
It's great. It's great just to kind of get us, at the point of the week, getting close to the game, just to make sure our mental's all together. He gives us a lot of, little points to focus on just to kind of help us through the week and prepare for game day.
Like this past week, what was the message?
The biggest message this year is just to stay neutral. When things are going really good, you got to check yourself and stay neutral. When things are going bad, you got to check yourself and stay neutral. So basically all that means is, you can't get caught in the emotions of the game because there's going to be so many highs and lows. You got to stay in the moment. Can't let one moment become bigger than another. And so the only way to do that is to stay neutral and just, attack it play by play.
You look at that.
Yeah, a lot of it's mental because I say even like last game, I didn't really get as much practice reps as I have been getting this year just because of the knee. And going into the game, I was a little like, dang, did I get enough reps? You got that going through your head, but you just gotta result to your training. You gotta trust that we've been working hard enough, that I've put in enough work, yeah.
When you look at Matthew Judon's explosiveness and instincts, what jumps out?
Who?
Matthew Judon.
Which number is he? Got you. I'm sorry, I don't really do names. I know numbers. Yeah, he's a big dude. big dude. He's explosive. Yeah, like you say, he's explosive. He's long. I mean, he can do a little bit of everything. So, I mean, he's a guy you got to make sure you're fundamentally sound and make sure you bring it.
When you look at the team success you guys have had, Kellen's getting a lot of credit, Dan Quinn's getting a lot of credit. Where does Mike McCarthy fit in this mix? What he's been able to mean to you guys during this start?
He's right up there. We're all a team. So, I mean, when one of us is successful, we're all successful. And, I mean, he's leading the show. My bad. It's happened to me a lot. Yeah, he's leading the show. He's making sure everything's clicking, making sure everything's going. So, I mean, he's been doing a great job.
You guys went up there in 2019, you had the top offense. The league at the time, they held you without a touchdown. What do you remember about how they were able to frustrate you guys?
It was like a hurricane. It was like a hurricane. I remember I had the big beach towel in my pants so I can try to keep my hands wet. I remember wearing probably like 5 or 6 different pair of gloves. But I mean, you know, they're gonna come with a great scheme. They're one of the hardest defenses to play against. I mean, that I've played against, just with what they run, how they disguise their coverages. I mean, it's not simple at all. And so, I mean, it's going to be one of the more complex defensive schemes we're going to play this year. So, I mean, just the biggest thing for us is just make sure we're staying in our film, make sure we're putting in that little bit of extra time because we're going to need it this week.
Teams are stacking
I mean, I think so, but I think a lot of it's just scheme. Each defensive coordinator has their scheme that they like to run, and yeah. Yeah.
Given more access to the coaching staff this year, did you guys do any productive exercises looking at runs or things that you could do better with the coaches individually or as a group by any chance?
We all, I mean, one of the biggest things Coach McCarthy, a part of Coach McCarthy's philosophy is self-scout. And even after the first 4 games, we did a self-scout evaluation and went through that with our coaches just to make sure, you know, we're not tipping anyone off with our alignments, or you know, maybe if it's a run I might grab my towel every time, or so just that's been a big part of McCarthy's his philosophy is self-scout. So yeah, after last year, they sent us out cut-ups of all of our plays from last season, and we on our own watched them and took notes, and then we discussed it with our coaches.
So you're self-scouting some of your nuances or your things that opposing defenses might pick up on and saying, I need to move away from that because I'm looking pretty predictable here.
Yeah, well, I mean, just like, okay, certain alignments, like if it's a pass, maybe in gun, you might be lined up a little wider. Or so, I mean, just finding little things like that so a defense can't necessarily pick up on it.
Do you have to change anything? No, basically said if you're tipping something, the head is no. Do you have to change anything?
I'm not gonna give you my self-scout. Like, you can go look and see if you see anything different from the first 4 games to last game. But I'm not gonna give you my self-scout.
Obviously, I think some of their cards on defense have changed since that 2019 game when Belichick was still there. What would it do as you guys are continuing to build confidence to beat Bill Belichick? You know, how you're saying there's going to be such a tough scheme.
I mean, we look at everyone as X's. We don't try to put too much emphasis on who the coach is or who the player is. I mean, you got to know, you know, what a guy's favorite moves are, how they're going to rush, or you know, how they're going to try to defeat a block. But we're not going to make this about, oh, it's going to give us confidence because we beat Belichick.
You guys, the 3 games before last week, you were averaging 201 yards, and you hit that number right on it last week. Can you boil it down in the running game? What has made it that good for that kind of a stretch?
One, the O-line, they're mauling guys up front. You got the receivers mauling the DBs too. So I mean, everyone's all in. Everyone's doing their part, and we're reaping the benefits.
I know you get asked this, and you've been asked this, and we even talked about this a little bit last year and the year before. But was there a turning point for you in your career, and you're like, I need to be a little bit more vocal. I need to be more of a leader, because it certainly feels that you've even taken another step this year.
I just think that every year you got to develop as a player, as a person, as a leader, as a teammate, as a boyfriend, a brother, everything. So every year you got to get better. So if I'm just staying the same from the last year, then I'm not doing my job.
You're a better boyfriend.
This off-season, is that those for you? Hey, I need to change certain things to move forward. This past off-season.
Yeah, I think every offseason.
Your
Is
ability.
it more about my body, or is it more mental?
I would say this year a lot of it was about my body. A lot of it was just making sure that I was ready to come and make up for my shit show last year.
Your ability to rookie sound so in space. What kind of a stress is that put on defense?
It's tough on defenses because, we might be running the same runs, but we read them a little bit different. We fit them a little bit different, and they're going to have to they get used to fitting one of us on a slash or a wide zone run, and then the other one's in, and we're hitting it a little bit different. So it's hard for them to kind of get into to get kind of not comfortable, but kind of they get used to one running style, and then next thing you know, next guy coming in. So that's got to be hard. Thank you guys. Have a good one.